Well, I just took some railings off of my porch here, and then I have some nail holes, a little bit of rot. So I've got to patch these in all my different spots here that I have. I've got about, I guess, nine different spots. Well, to patch those holes, I'm going to try two different products. Durham's water putty, Bondo's wood filler, and to prep the wood before I use either one of these, I'm going to use a wood hardener by Minwax. So let's get started and see how this turns out. Well, first up, to fix these holes is we need to clean out all the loose wood. And what I'm going to use, I have this countersink bit, and it seems to work pretty good. Just like a dentist. Yeah, it's not too aggressive, but yet it gets out the loose chunks of dirt and rot. Take a wire brush. And then I happen to have a can of air. And blow that out. So now we'll put on some hardener. All right, up next, I'm going to put some of this wood hardener on. I tried one of these sponge brushes, and it wasn't worth it. So I've got some in the cup. I'm going to use one of these acid brushes, I think they call them. And it's obviously very liquidy, so you don't need a lot at one time. I say keep brushing it on while it's still wet. So we'll put a liberal amount on. And we're supposed to let it set for a couple hours and let it dry. So we'll see how that goes. Well, we'll start our little project with Durham's water putty. Just in a powder. And the can says mix to 3 parts powder, 1 part water. And it also says add vinegar if you want it to slow down the hardening process. Still a little watery, so a little bit more powder. Doesn't take much water. Well, at the beginning of my project, to patch these post holes up where my railings were. My intent was to use both Bondo and Durham's rock hard water putty. Well, as it turned out, this stuff is so easy to use, and what I've done so far has been great. So what I'm going to end up doing is using the Durhams for the whole project. So I'm going to patch these things, holes up next. Geez, this is pretty big. So I'll patch both of these holes up next using Durhams, and we'll save the Bondo wood filler for another project I have coming up. And I found that it sands so easily to leave it proud. It sands off without a problem. Well, it's been about 2 hours since I put this on, so now we'll hit it with a sander. And by the way, it's about 78 degrees out, to let you know drying time. It was dried probably a long time before 2 hours. And I'm hitting it with 80 grit. Well, I have to put a second coat on just to fill these little holes here, and then we'll be set. Well, I put a primer on this, so now I'm just ready to put the top coat on it. Look at that, you can't even tell it's been patched. Now only time will tell whether or not it will shrink. Well, here's another part where the railing was against the post, where it rotted out a little bit and where it was attached. So I think I'll try the Durham water putty there too. Here's another column support I did. Again, not much to see, except it looks like the rest of the column. Well, there you have it. Using Durham's water putty. Came out really good. Well, now we'll just see how it holds up against the elements and time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on my next project.